Hey, hey, hey. Hello everyone. Hello Impact Igniter. It's day 2 of the Impact Igniter challenge. And I'm so excited to share with you guys today, getting clear on your signature method, your signature framework, the name, your curriculum design, and everything. By now, you should be able to have clarity on your vision, your goals for your group coaching program, and who you're looking to serve. I provided the workbook for you to really answer some really critical questions that you need to answer so that you can get clear on these points. Your signature method only will be effective if you know who you're looking to serve, and that leads on to your curriculum and everything else. So you have to be super clear on who you're looking to serve, because that impacts everything going forward, right? So all right, just remember, if you have any questions, please feel free to do so. um, just drop them in the comments below and I'll give you the answer in the best way that I could. All right then. So our agenda for this call is to, as I mentioned, work on your signature framework, clarify the name, your curriculum outline, and then we're going to answer any questions you have. Right? So, what is your signature framework or your signature method? It's pretty much your structured approach to helping your clients achieve particular results, right? It's something that provides consistent results, a consistent experience, so that when they join the program, there is a certain expectation can be happening by the end of the program. It's the roadmap that you provide or guide your clients through to get them from point A to point B, right? The word signature refers to your unique and personalized approach or way of really taking your clients throughout your program, really addressing their needs and their goals, right? So, just before we go into the curriculum outline, I just want to go a bit deeper when it comes to your signature framework. And let me share another document. If you'd like to have access to this, just let me know and I'll drop it in the comments. But I'm just going to go through it, make it really simple for you guys. All right. So basically, we'll be going through what is a signature framework in really detail, give you guys some examples. Also, be going through the naming of your signature framework, and so that you can really get super clear on what that will look like for you. All right. And if you have any questions in relation to your signature framework, I'll be more than happy to help you. And of course, for those who will be having VIP day support, I will be brainstorming this with you. We'll be creating it together. Everything that we discussed today, we'll be getting it done together on the call. If you're not yet signed up for VIP support, remember you can still have that level of support, right? Us going through the workbook and you actually getting work done. All right. So, what are some reasons why we want to create a signature framework? Right? It helps you to have clarity and your clients around what is to be expected in your program, right? It provides consistency. A lot of people like structure, they like things to be organized and like making sure there's efficiency, right? You don't want things to be chaotic for either you or your clients. You know exactly what steps you need to take and what tools, resources, everything is needed along the way. But first, you need to know what is the structure, what is the path, what is the roadmap that you'll be taking your clients, right? Good. And when you're able to have that, you're able to scale it. You're able to teach anybody like if you want to later on have uh, other coaches in your program, you have something to offer them to take your clients through. Of course, most times, like if you want to use a success student, they would have probably most likely gone through your framework, your signature framework, and now is able to teach it to the others who will be joining your program, right? And your signature framework serves as a marketing tool, and it really shows how you stand out, your unique way of getting a particular results for your clients, right? So let's go into creating your signature framework. So first of all, you have to be super clear on the problem that you are looking to solve for your clients. And by answering the questions that was provided in yesterday's session, the workbook, you should be able to have clarity as to what is the problem you're solving for your clients. And you'll have clarity about what is the value proposition. You'll be clear about what is the benefit that persons will have by the end of going through your group coaching program. All of it's like what you'll realize that everything that we do is stacking, right? If you miss a step, the other steps, it's like you're trying to build a house, and if the foundation is not strong, it will not last, right? And like you'll have difficulty. Things will be more difficult than it should be, right? So please do not skip any step. Everything that you do is all going to make sense together when it's at the end of the 5 days. By the end of this challenge, everything will make sense together. As you should be seeing by now that everything is starting to stack on each other, right? So yeah, first you have to know you have to define the steps you'll be taking your client through. What are the procedures, right? That will look like, okay, let's say you want to help your clients get, as I mentioned, from client A to point B. You have to know what steps they need to take. If they're trying to lose weight, what is your unique way of helping them do that? If you're looking to help them manage their time better, I'm just simplifying things, right? But just giving you guys an idea, right? And know the format, the order in which things are done, right? And also the time span. Of course, everybody's different, and certain clients will move faster than others, but you just want to give like an average time that everyone should be able to accomplish what you outlined to them, right? And of course, with your signature framework, it's all about testing and see what works for you, how your clients respond to it. If there are any gaps within what you first taught, you get to fill that in and improve it. So as I mentioned, you're creating a pilot program, you're testing it, right? So don't worry about perfection right now. Of course, you're going to do your best and put out everything that is needed for your program to help your clients get the results that they're looking for. But just know you'll be tweaking things along the way, right? You're just continuing improving, evaluating, testing what really works, and just making adjustments along the way. Now, naming your signature method. This is the fun part. Um, it's all about you being creative and just having fun in the process. Don't make this too serious. Um, of course, there are some things you want to consider when you're creating your signature framework name or your method name. Of course, you want to consider the benefits of your program. You want to be descriptive, right? Don't be vague. Don't use generic things or things that are not relevant to your um, industry or like people would not be able to relate or resonate with. Like, for example, my signature method name is called the Pilot Program Pathway, right? And of course, pilot could also mean something else, but in the context of group coaching, generally persons know what a pilot program is, right? So although you might use a word that might have a different meaning outside of the context, but once the circle and the people you're looking to serve understand what that means, it's okay to do that, right? Okay. Also, you want to make sure that it's memorable. You can do so by using alliterations, puns, play on words, different things you can do. We're gonna give you guys some examples of how to do it. In this entire process, just keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate things. It can also reflect your brand or reflect uh, your personality, what you have to offer, right? Your signature method or framework tells the name tells a lot about you also, and you have to think about what your clients, if they're going to be referring persons to your program, what are they going to be? What is that program name that they'll be telling them, and how will the person who hears it interpret it as, right? Good. Let's go to some examples. All right. So as I outlined the different steps, how you can come up with your framework, we're going to go through the same process too. Let's start. Good. Define the problem, right? You get super clear on the problem your signature method aims to solve. For example, your problem could be helping persons with time management and productivity. And like I remember yesterday, I mentioned getting super specific. If you want to get more specific, who you like to work. Is it professionals? Are we talking about moms? And you can get more deeper with the buying persona. It's like working moms. Like get really, really specific, right? And good. So the program this signature framework could be around helping them with their time management and productivity, which leads, which usually helps them to overcome stress, burnout, and missed opportunities, right? So also in your signature method, you want to make sure that you address the root cause of the problem and incorporate the best practices. Of course, this will come from your experiences, what you've been taught, or what you've learned over the years, and so on. Good. So in your signature method, there of course are going to be different steps you'll be taking your clients through. Another example, if you want to call like another signature program name, could be a productivity pyramid, or you could call it a productivity pyramid or protocol. Like there are different names that you can play around with, and you can even make it more um, specific. If, for example, if it's like for parents, you could call it the parenting productivity protocol. Just to give you guys some examples, right? Good. And you want to outline what are the steps. If it's going to be 5, 6, 8, 12, you get to determine that, right? And as you see here, outline certain examples of steps you can take. This is just I'm just giving I'm not an expert in productivity and time management, so I'm just giving a general example, right? This is not really detailed, so just give you guys an example, okay? And when you have a signature framework, you get to test it and see if you need to add something in there, you need to remove, you need to tweak, and all of that, right? Let's go with some more names. Like, let's say you're a health coach or a fitness coach working with weight loss. An example could be Slim Start, or you can even be Slim Smart System, or the Slim Smart System, or the Slim Smart Solution. I'm just giving you guys ideas. And of course, the program will be centered around helping them create sustainable changes in their daily routines. This is just you stating what is this problem you're solving and the solution, right? Helping them with their weight loss journey. Um, Also, you can include in your program what are some check-ins. So this more comes into your curriculum or your program designer. We'll talk about that tomorrow. What exactly do you incorporate into each step of your signature framework, right? Your method. Each step in your method, there will be activities, resources, and tools you will be needing to provide your clients so that they can master that step to move on to the next. And we'll talk about that tomorrow. Another example of your relationship coach. Um, an example of a name could be a love path method. This name usually would suggest like it's a systematic approach to help persons find their way towards a fulfilling romantic relationship. Uh, and it will appeal to persons who are looking for guidance in finding their soulmate, their partner. Let's say another example, if you are someone helping your clients with find their purpose and happiness, name could possibly be the path to joyful fulfillment. And this really emphasizes that you're helping persons achieve a fulfilling life, right? And really focusing how to achieve joy, right? Good. Another example, if you're into helping if you're a career coach, um, an example would be like career switch, a proven framework for finding your new path. And you also can identify what the steps you'll be taking your clients through, which is super important. I'm just giving an example of the steps that I outlined to you, how you come up with your signature framework and a name. I'm just giving you an example of what I said to you. All right. Another example, if you're into business, it could be using a play in words, alliteration. You could use, for example, profit powering pen to process, unleashing sales success with science, right? So this emphasizes the goal of increasing profits through a five-step process, and using the alliterations with the letter P helps the name to be memorable and catchy, right? And another example, sales soar, or there's so many different ways that you can do it. Like your sales will be soaring and increasing. So you have to like the names could should be able to give people an idea as to what they can expect in the program. I hope by giving you guys these examples, you're getting a gist of what a signature framework could be and the name. If you're not clear, any questions you may have, just drop them in the comments below and I will be more than happy to answer them. All right. Let me just see. All right, good. Your curriculum versus your signature method. Right. Now, before we go into the signature method, we're actually trying to clarify your signature method and your name for your signature method. And your curriculum ties into that, right? But just to clarify the difference and what to expect with tomorrow, because all of this ties into each other, right? So curriculum is a comprehensive set of instructional materials and activities designed to teach a specific skill or a subject, right? So it includes learning objectives, lesson plans, assessment, all the resources that you will need to really support your clients throughout the learning process. Now, your signature method blueprint or your framework, focusing on a specific process or methodology of getting from point A to point B. Your curriculum just provides the resources or the skills and everything that's needed to support your clients along each process or along your methodology, right? And we'll show you, let's go into that a little bit deeper. Your curriculum. Let me see. And I'm going to go straight to the we're gonna go to the workbook. My cat is trying to get my attention. You wonder why I'm not responding to him. You're jumping up here. You just had a bot. You can't come up. All right. All right. So just to summarize what I shared earlier, your signature method is your unique way of creating results for your client. It's a step-by-step process that you will be taking your clients through. And I shared you some examples and in the document previously, but another example could be, for example, in real life, Tony Robbins, he has a program called the Rapid Planning Method. And just by hearing that, you know that he's going to be helping persons with creating a plan, right? And doing so really quickly. Like a lot of persons take a lot of time to get certain things done and to plan things. But this, you will know that you'll know if this is for you by the name, right? All right. So just go through the workbook. Everything is there. You have some examples of words you can use to add to your signature process or your method. And you just take the time, just give your time, give yourself space and time to sit and just focus on what is a possible name you can have for your program. All right. So in the workbook also I shared like using the curriculum when it's time to create your curriculum, you can think of it like a clothesline with different pillars or milestones that you'll be taking your clients through. So this, just think of this line here with different milestones as your framework, right? Your signature method. This is your method, right? But the curriculum outline now is like these clothes, the things that are hanging there, that is the filler or the things that you'll be providing along the way, the skills or the knowledge you'll be providing for them to get from one step to the next to reach a milestone or accomplishment along the way of your signature process or your method. If that is not clear or you want me to explain another way, do let me know. I can simplify that more. Right? So I encourage you to just go through this because each in the curriculum you can break it down into modules, or ideally I want to call it modules or different steps that you take your clients through. You want to give it a name. You want to state what is the focus of the stage, what happens here, why is it important for them to accomplish this, and what are the deliverables you have to be thinking about that I need to provide to help them implement what needs to be covered in step one or module one. And we'll talk about that more tomorrow. But that is pretty much what you do throughout the curriculum design, right? You state the modules. Just to make it simple, to start with the module name or what's the focus of the module. Go down as far as possible. If it's like 6 steps, 12 steps, you do that. And then you could go deeper into what you'll be covering, what is the transformation you'll be expecting at each level. Just take it one step at a time and just keep developing it, right? So it's just you fleshing out your program. Go from a general idea, going more deeper. And of course, you have to make sure it's a logical step that you're taking your clients through, that you're not skipping anything. And sometimes you might wonder if it's really relevant that I add stuff. Um, just try to remember your process. Did you have to really understand this concept to be able to move to the next level? Or is this a proven step over your time that you've found through your research that is required to help your clients get to the next level. These are some things to consider when you're thinking about what should I include in the program outline, right? Just take your time and go through this, answer the questions, because it really helps you to get clear on your program outline, curriculum outline. All right, I'm going to go back to the presentation just to go a little bit deeper on your curriculum outline, because there are some do's and some don'ts, some things that you need to consider, because I see a lot of persons make a lot of mistakes when it comes to design their program, and I don't want you to this happen to you. So I'm gonna make sure I cover this. All right, let's talk about creating innovative curriculum design. Now, in relation to what I mentioned before, you want to wonder, you might be wondering, does my client need this to really achieve their goal? So you're baffled, like, what is a need and what is a want? Like, what do you think your clients will want and versus what they need, right? So to help us drive home this concept, um, everyone will know Henry Ford, and when asked about customers' input in the development of the Ford Model T, Henry Ford famously said, "If I had asked people what they wanted, they would ask for a faster horse." Right? So what is that telling us? Like, meeting clients' need goes beyond fulfilling their immediate wants. When it comes to being really innovative with your program curriculum design, you need to understand what is the underlying needs of your clients, right? What is the deeper issue? What is a core thing at the core that it needs fixing that will help them to get the results, the true um it's like, I want to clarify this because both the horse and the car could get them there, but the fast it might be faster with a car. Um, and you get so much different benefit when it comes to with a car versus a horse. So your clients might be trying to get a horse, trying a horse method, and it's not getting them there fast as they want, or not getting them exactly what they're looking for, because there's some issues that comes along with dealing with the horse. Some persons just even poop that people might be have to be dealing with, that could be an issue, or horses get tired, right? But a car is efficient. It works whenever. Once you take care of it, it works whenever. So you have to think about what is the most efficient way to help my clients get the results that they're looking for, and design a solution that they can find really rewarding to be a part of and really surpasses their expectation, right? They might not have specifically requested it, but you have to think really deep about your clients. Think about what are the things they'll need to overcome and deal with, and help them avoid those things, right, if possible. And that might require you challenging how things are done traditionally, or incorporating things that are new. Like, for myself, I'm now incorporating ChatGTP and like different AI tools into my business to support my clients. And some persons don't understand it as yet and don't want to embrace it. But we all have our paths we could choose. We get to decide what we want to do, right? So that is just giving you an idea how to be innovative with your curriculum design. As I mentioned before, be clear about the transformation you'll be offering and what the before and after for your clients will look like. What are the things that we needed to fill that gap, right? Think about what are the patterns and the behaviors and things they will have to deal with and helping them work around that, right? And of course, remember with your curriculum design, it's testing it too, right? It's a pilot program. Just seeing what works, gathering feedback, and just tweaking along the way, right? A lot of my second questions and all of that, but please take your time, do your best, and move on. When you see needs to be tweaked, you do that and you go again, right? Just focus on the outcome you have for your program, and as you designed your program, just work backwards. For them to get here, what are the things they needed to do to move to that level, right? And when it comes to your curriculum design, you might be incorporating some elements of coaching, teaching, or facilitating. And this applies to a lot of persons who are not specifically coaches too. Remember, it could be mentoring, it's just facilitating a discussion, um, and so many different methods. You could just teaching something, right? So it's not just about group programs. I know it mentions coaching inside, but a group program is not only for a coach, right? And when it comes to your program content, I will talk more about that tomorrow. Please don't give surface level information that they could just find anywhere. Think about what some barriers they need to overcome and see, because some person just don't know what they don't know, and you have the bird's eye view. You've been there, done that. So there's some things you could just prevent them from dealing with that they don't have to, right? But that's you have to take up that responsibility to help them along the way. All right, some do's and don'ts I mentioned. Don't bury your clients under a weight of information, right? Don't let it be like a whole dump of information you're dumping on them, like giving them information anxiety or overload. It will burn you out and your clients also. Think about breaking down your process into small chunks, right? Micro learning. Focus on just the relevant things, right? Because that's how people learn the best. Just find a way to spread the information out in a digestible way. And in your curriculum design, think about what some things you can do to simplify the information. If it's a complex concept, think about how you can simplify it, right? To make sure that the experience for your clients is really smooth and just as possible. Of course, you have to cater to certain person with a different learning style. Some persons are auditory, they want to see, some people want to see things, some people need to write. That's where workbooks and stuff come into play and all of that, right? So cater to different learning styles. Don't overwhelm your clients in the program. Think about how you can incorporate different elements in your program, like coaching, teaching, mentoring, facilitating. So there are just different ways of delivering your program. And as I mentioned, we'll be talking about this tomorrow in the program content design. Um, I encourage you to please take the time, go through the workbook, work on your signature method, and you will see how far you get to go with your group coaching program. These things that I outlined to you don't take long. If you dedicate 90 minutes per day, that's what I'm challenging you guys to do. You'll be surprised how far you go with designing your program. And especially when you've worked with persons before and you've been doing this for some time, it will be much more faster, right? So if you have any questions, please drop them in the comments below and I'll be more than happy to help you guys. So thank you so much. And I will be heading over to support those who opt in for VIP support. So make sure you download the workbook and get to work. All right, then thank you guys for showing up and looking at the video. Do implement, implement, implement. That's how you get the results. And I'll see you guys tomorrow to talk about your program content design, what your curriculum will be, and tools and resources you'll be needed. Okay? All right, then thank you so much and see you guys later. Bye bye.